Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is very special. We're going to talk about our best makeup that we tried in 2022, high-end and indie versions. So if you're ready, let's begin. This year, there was a lot of good makeup releases and I am excited to share it with you guys. So let's start off with the primer. In the primer category, I have two to recommend. One in like more of a glowy version and one to mattify your skin. For the glowy version, I cannot recommend this enough, and this is Merit Beauty's Great Skin Serum. As you can see, it's like a bi-phase serum. I have done like a dedicated video using all my Merit Beauty products, but this is such a beautiful product. I generally just shake it up, apply like 2 pumps on the whole of my face, and that gives like an very natural glow to your skin. I went with a lot of powder, but you can still see like that glow coming through, and that is because of this primer. It's really pretty, but I am more of a combo skin. So the next primer that I would recommend is Danessa Myricks Balm powder, and I have mine in the shade number 4. I generally use this only as a primer, and I generally focus this mainly on my T-zone. So I generally go here underneath the eyes, on the center of my face. That's where I tend to get super oily, and the Absolite in it definitely like combats my oils to peek through by the end of the day. So these two definitely are like my must-have products, primers for the year 2022. Okay, now let's move on to the foundation. In the foundation category also, I have two to mention. One that I have raved over and over again, and I'm talking about my Nars light reflecting foundation, and I have mine in the shade Syracuse, which is medium to deep 1. This is such a natural looking, like a buildable coverage foundation. You can definitely go from like a medium buildable coverage to like almost like a full coverage. This is the foundation. By the way, I'm wearing all these products on my face, not all of them, but majority of them on my face. But this is the foundation that I'm wearing today, and you can see how beautifully it just evens out my skin tone and just blurs out everything. It's very lightweight on the skin, and that's the best part about this foundation. I have loved this foundation throughout the year, and I would highly recommend this. The next foundation is a foundation stick that I have wore so many times over and over in this year. I've traveled with this in like my natural days. I generally just apply this in the targeted areas and just blend it out with a brush, and you're good to go. And I'm talking about my Merit, the Minimalist foundation stick, and in this I am in the shade Buff. All that you need to do is just swipe it all across the face and just blends out so seamlessly with a brush. And I love to apply this as my foundation, as my concealer. This is like my perfect shade when I'm like my shade. I really love. Buff is very neutral tones, whereas Syracuse was more of like a warm tone. So you can see like a little bit of warmth coming through. This is like my actual shade when I'm like more of a neutral skin tone. I really love both these products. Okay, now let's talk about concealers. There are two concealers that I have to recommend. One is the Charlotte Tilbury Radiant Concealer, Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer, and in this I am in the shade Tan 10. This is absolutely a perfect shade for me. This is the concealer that I'm wearing today. It just blurs out everything. It's very lightweight, but gives a great amount of coverage. I have absolutely loved this concealer. As soon as I run out of this, there's no doubt that I'm going to buy a full size of it. It's absolutely amazing. The second concealer that I have to talk about is the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. This is the second time that I'm mentioning this in my yearly favorites, and that's saying a lot. I really love this product. Again, this is more of like a liquidy consistency concealer, whereas the Charlotte Tilbury one was more like creamy. It's very lightweight underneath the eyes, but it still gives a lot of coverage, and that's what I love about both of these concealer. I love these. Okay, now let's move on to the powder products. I have one loose powder and 2 pressed powder to mention. In the loose powder category, it will not come as a surprise. I am gonna say Givenchy Prism Libre powder, and this one I am in the shade number 4. This has just been absolutely a dream to work with, and I often use this so much. I don't even know why am I like so full in this, but I generally go with like a powder puff, and there is a powder puff that comes with it. I dab it all across my face, but underneath the eyes especially, it just smoothens out everything. This is the all over powder that I am wearing today. It's just beautiful and stunning. It just smoothens out everything. If you are in the market to try out luxury powder that is absolutely magical. This is the way to go. You'll not be disappointed. And let's talk about two pressed powders that I'm a big fan of. Second time in a row, Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and this one is in the number 2. I basically use this only underneath my eyes, and this is what I have underneath the eyes, and you can see how smooth it looks. I basically go with like my powder puff, dab it on the back of my hand and go underneath my eyes. It is so smoothing. I use it very sparingly because I don't want to run out of this, and this is such a beautiful powder. I'm very scared to travel with this because I don't want to break it. But it's so pretty, so pretty. The second pressed powder, the all over setting powder that I generally use, is from Bare Minerals, and this is their Bare Minerals Bare Pro powder, and this one is in the shade medium 35 cool. This is definitely on the cooler side. You can see it. It's definitely best when I am of a neutral skin tone, and I basically just take this on like a round dense buffing brush and apply some moisturizer, apply this on top of it, and that's all that you need. For like a quick foundation routine, this is the way to go. I love the application of this powder all over the skin. Love it, absolutely love it. It just blurs out everything, and what's not to like about that? Okay, now let's move on to bronzer. I have one powder bronzer and one cream bronzer to mention. Let's start off with the cream bronzer because I am a big fan of this product. I'm wearing both of these products on my face. For the cream bronzer, I have to recommend LYS Beauty Cream Bronzer Stick. I have raved and used this so much, and I'm in the shades Harmony. This is for medium skin tone, and it just gives great definition on the skin, and I love it. I absolutely love the shade, and I love how creamy it is, how natural looking it is on the skin. Absolutely would recommend to anyone and everyone. This is like a foolproof bronzer. Really pretty. The powder bronzer that I would recommend is from Makeup by Mario, and this is their Soft Sculpt bronzer, and this one is in the shade medium dark. This tone of bronzer definitely works out to me. It really sculpts my face, and this is the bronzer that I'm wearing on top of that bronzer, and you can see how beautifully it just sculpts and bronzes my face. It's so smooth on the skin, and I love that it is a matte bronzer and doesn't emphasize my texture. Love this product. I love almost everything that Makeup by Mario comes out with. It's not a surprise at all. I just love the quality of the products, and this is definitely one of my favorites. Okay, now let's talk about blushes. I have two brands to recommend for cream blushes, and I have two brands to recommend for powder blushes. So let's start off with the cream blushes. The first cream blush, again, second time in a row, and this is the So Soft M Cosmetics cream blush, and this one is in the shade Lychee. This is the one that I'm wearing on my cheeks today, and you can see how peachy and beautiful it looks. And this is like a fresh skin kind of a product. It gives like a very soft matte finish on the skin and just blurs out everything. I love these stick products that M Cosmetics does. If you've never tried M Cosmetics, try this one, and I know that you'll not stop because this is so good. And the second brand that I have to recommend, again, second time in a row, but I have additionally added a few more shades in my collection, and this is Tower 28. I have so many blushes from them that I absolutely love, but my top favorites I would say is of course Magic Hour, which is more of like a nudie pink shade. This is like my everyday shade. This is the most used shade in my collection, I would say, in the cream blush category. And then I love the shade Office Hours that they came out with this year, and this is more of like a mauve tone. You know I love my pinky browns and my mauves, and this is right up my alley. I absolutely love this product. And then I also love the shade After Hours, which is more of a deeper terracotta mauve shade, but much more deeper, I would say. Sorry, this is Power Hour. These are like absolutely beautiful. On the face, this looks a little bit more on like a burnt mauve side, but this is like an actual mauve shade. I love it. Love these blushes from Tower 28. If you like a luminous blush on your face that is not like sticky or anything, this is the way to go. You'll absolutely not be disappointed. Okay, out of the powder blushes, I have to recommend two brands. First brand that I would recommend is Pat McGrath. This Pat McGrath Divine Blush Formula, I am such a big fan of it. I have actually two with me. One is in the shade Cherish and the other one is in the shade Nude Venus. Let me show it to you. Cherish is more of like a matte finish blush, whereas Nude Venus has like a little bit of sheen to it. This is Cherish. It's like a hot pink shade, but it looks so good in the winter months. I absolutely am a big fan of this, and this is my most used shade, which is Nude Venus, and this has like a little bit of sheen, but it doesn't emphasize any texture on the face, and that's what I absolutely love about these products. So if you are in the market for like a matte blush or a satin finish blush, you will absolutely love these from Pat McGrath. And obviously just wait for a Pat McGrath sale and then only buy these products, because Pat McGrath does a lot of sales, like around 30% off all across the year. So you don't need to wait till like a Black Friday to arrive for a Pat McGrath sale, and you will find definitely these things on a sale, because these things are super pricey, I would say. And the second brand that I have to recommend in the powder blush category again is from M Cosmetics, and these are the Heaven's Glow blushes. And this one specifically is in the shade Venetion Rose. Second time in a row again. This is an absolutely beautiful blush. This again is glowy, as you can see, but it is a baked format, so it doesn't emphasize the texture, and it gives like such a natural sheen on the face. This also would go so well with my eye look today. I'm a big fan of like these M Cosmetics blushes, whether it's a cream formula or it's like a powder formula, they absolutely excel it. Okay, now let's talk about highlighters. I have one cream highlighter to mention and 3 powder highlighters. Actually, 2 powder highlighters and 1 highlighter palette to mention. The first cream highlighter that I have used so much during this year is from Say Beauty, and this is called their Glowy Super Gel, and this one is in the shade Star Glow. You can see I've almost used it up. And as soon as I'm running out of this, I am going to buy a full size of it. There's absolutely no doubt in it, because this gives such a beautiful natural sheen on the face. You can apply this as a primer or on top of your foundation after everything is done for like a very translucent glowy kind of a look, and you will not be disappointed with the amount of glow that it gives. It's stunning. Let me just apply a little bit on the back of my hand, and you'll see the glow that it gives. You can see like that's a tiny little bit. But when you just rub it on the back or on the face, you can see the amount of shine that it gives. And it's so lovely and so glossy and so wet looking on the face. It's stunning, guys. Absolutely stunning. So if you're looking for like a liquid highlighter that doesn't emphasize any texture and doesn't give like any pigmentation but gives like a great glow, this is the way to go. You'll not be disappointed. Absolutely, that's my guarantee. Okay, now let's talk about 2 powder highlighters. I'm pretty sure you know one, and the first one, you're absolutely right. It's Makeup by Mario's highlighter in the shade Golden. And this is another second time in a row that I'm going to mention this in my yearly favorites, and for a reason. This is so beautiful, so dynamic on the skin that I cannot recommend this enough. This is absolutely stunning highlighter. Again, it doesn't emphasize any texture on the skin, but it is blinding. Like, you will not be disappointed for sure. Again, another hit from Makeup by Mario line, and I'm a big fan of his. And the second highlighter that I have to mention, it's quickly become a favorite, and this I tried in the month of December, but I had to mention in the early favorites because I've used it a ton. And I'm talking about my Rare Beauty highlighter, and this one is the Positive Lights highlighter in the shade Mesmerize, and you can see the shine that it gives. It's absolutely stunning, like absolutely stunning. Even on the face, it looks like a silky product on the face. It shines like no other's business, and it is translucent. It has like a transparent base to it, so it doesn't emphasize or like it doesn't look like that it's sitting on top of the face. It just melts into the skin. Love this product, and this shade Mesmerize is also stunning. I definitely am thinking of picking out the shade Flaunt in like Sephora VIB sale next time, but it's a really pretty product. And one highlighter palette that I have to recommend is from an indie brand, and this is Sugar Drizzle, and this is On Top of the Mountain and Beneath the Stars palette. It came out on like Black Friday, and the way that this applies on the skin is just stunning. If you're looking for like a fun highlighter palette, it has a very transparent base, but it shifts to different shades, and it is stunning, like absolutely stunning. When you get it in the like when you see it in person, you're gonna see like all of these shades is white, but when the light hits it, that's when you can see those shades coming through. and it's shifting. It's so pretty. Let me just apply like one highlight and you can see how smooth it is. It's so stunning. It's not like green on your face. It's very, very subtle, but you can see, look how beautiful, and it just goes back to transparent. That's the beauty about it. And when you like melt it on your skin, it's just melts into it. It's stunning. You have to believe me. And if you want like a fun highlighter palette, Indie is the way to go. But Sugar Drizzle really, really has like a beautiful highlighter palette. I am sure you'll not be disappointed. Okay, now let's talk about a few, important but not so exciting products. Let's talk about brow pencil. The only brow pencil that I have to recommend is from Benefit Cosmetics, and this is the Precisely My Brow Pencil. It just works beautifully, and this just excels it all throughout. Like, this has been like a favorite for years and years and years for me. So this is like a staple product in my collection. And now let's talk about setting sprays. I have two to mention. One is from Urban Decay, and this is the all-nighter setting spray with vitamin C in it. This just locks your makeup for the entire day. It will not let it budge or like move around throughout the day. You will just feel like you're just applied like fresh makeup at the even end of the day, like after 12 hours is what I'm saying, and it just locks your makeup, and this is stunning. And the scent, it has like a very beautiful citrusy scent, which I'm a big fan of, so I do not mind that one bit. And the second setting spray that I have to mention is the Benefit Professional Setting Spray, and this again is such a beautiful product. This is the setting spray that I'm wearing on my skin today. It has such a fine mist. It just melts all your powder products into your skin like no other, and I absolutely love this product. These two definitely by far are my favorite setting sprays that I have in my collection. Okay, now let's talk about an eye pencil that I have truly become such a big fan of it. You know, I am big on like drugstore eye pencils. I do not like invest in it, but this eye pencil is so pretty, especially the tone of it. And this is from Hindash, and this is the tone Intra, and you should see like how deep and dark and chocolatey this is, and so smooth on like the waterline. It just stays put for an entire day. Like, this is stunning product, absolutely stunning product from Hindash, and I cannot believe like I did not like try this more. Like, I love this product. And for the eyeliner category, I have to mention two. I love my ABH liquid liner, and I love the Hindash's liner. Both of these products are very matte, very like jet black, and it's just stunning on the eyes. I am wearing Hindash's eyeliner on my eyes today, and you can see how beautifully matte and dark it is. I love this. Is the thing that I look forward in an eyeliner, and I'm a big eyeliner person. You've never seen me apply makeup without an eyeliner. Even if it is like minimal makeup, I need my eyeliners, and you can trust my opinion on this. I love it. Now let's talk about mascara. My favorite mascara that from the high-end category that I absolutely love is Lancome's Monture Big Mascara. Again, a second time favorite in the yearly favorites, and this definitely is such a beautiful product. This is the mascara that I'm wearing on my eyes today, and you can see how much volume it gives. It just curls the lashes, it gives volume, and it gives length, and it is stunning product. Absolutely beautiful product in the whole like makeup industry, and I cannot recommend this enough. I absolutely love this product. Okay, now let's talk about a face palette, which again, this landed in my collection in like November, and I have not stopped wearing this. This is the face palette that I'm wearing even today. I'm wearing the highlighter portion on my face, and you can see like how blinding this product is. And I'm talking about my Natasha Denona Iron Face palette, and this is the darker version. This was on a sale when I got this, and oh my god, I am so glad that I got it. Like, the shades that are selected in this palette are so travel friendly. It's like so everyday but glam at the same time. I cannot even tell you how much I've used these 5 shades. Actually, these 4 a lot, and I've even used this in like a smoky eye look, and I love it. Absolutely love it. But these, all of these are stunning on the eyes, absolutely stunning. I have a dedicated video trying out this product on my channel, and I'll link it in the iCards above if you want to see how it performs in action. And I love this. I absolutely love it. Generally, there's like face palettes out of which something would not work for your skin tone, but out of that face palette, Everything works for me, so that's the best part about it. Now let's move on to lip products. The lip liners. I don't even want to recommend because you cannot find it anymore. And you know how much I use this all the time. And I'm talking about KKW Beauty lip liner. I know you cannot find KKW Beauty anymore, but you look how tiny this is. I've used this also so very much, but it feels like this is like brand new. It's not. Like this is half gone and this is like almost gone. There's just a tiny little bit left. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like run out of this by next year. I use it very sparingly, but I cannot stop wearing this. Like this is the lip liner that I'm wearing today too. And this one is in the shade 2.5. Okay, now let's talk about lipsticks. There are so many category of lipsticks that I have to recommend to you guys. So let's begin. Let's start off with lip glosses. There are two brands that I have to recommend for lip glosses. Second time in a row, Tower 28. Love, love, love these products. Absolutely gel-like formula on the lips. And these are the two shades that I have. I have the shade Coconut and Cashew. And both of these perform absolutely beautifully on the lips. It just fills out everything. It has a very gel-like consistency, which I absolutely love. Would highly, highly, highly recommend this. I don't think you can go wrong with any of the shades in their line because they're so wearable and so lovely. Definitely it has pigmentation, but it's not like too loud. It's really, really pretty. And the second brand that I have to recommend in the lip gloss category is Pat McGrath. Again, second time in a row. When I love a product, I just love it. This is the Pat McGrath's Divine Gloss in the shade Wicked Whisper. Again, this is a mauvey tone shade. I love my pinky browns, and this is another lip gloss that I wear often. I'm not a big on like lip gloss person, but when I'm wearing this, these are the products that I like reach out for. So that's saying a lot. Okay, now let's talk about lip oils. I just have one brand to recommend for lip oils, and that is Merit Beauty. You cannot go wrong with this product. I use this so much, especially this shade, which is Taupe, and I love Marrakesh for like my warm tone looks, but this, I've used it so much, and this is so beautiful on the lips. None of these products I'm wearing on my lips right now. I just wore the KKW Beauty's Nude 2.5, and I'll tell you what I'm wearing for my lipstick in just a second. But these are definitely way to go. If you're looking for lip oils, Merit Beauty has a beautiful formula. Okay, now let's talk about lipsticks. I have three brands to recommend, and all three of them, you absolutely cannot go wrong with any of them. And there's a place for each and every shade or lipstick if you buy them all. So let's begin. If you like a natural looking glowy lipstick, Merit Beauty has beautiful, beautiful formulas, and the packaging is so luxe and stunning. I have two with me. I have one in the shade 1990, which is more like brown tone. It looks super, super dark, but wait till you see the swatch. It's very, very natural like looking. It's very glossy. It's not glossy. It's like sheeny, but very, very natural with like a great amount of tint. And this one is in the shade L Avenue. So this is 1990 and L Avenue. It gives like a nice sheen, healthy looking lips, and I love it. There are days when I am not wearing too much of makeup, and that's when I reach out for these lipsticks a lot, and I love them. Absolutely love them. Very, very luxe formula. Now let's talk about Natasha Denona. This is the brand that I tested out in the lipstick category this year, and I cannot go back to it. I have one actually in my bag right now, my office purse, and I have two with me, out of which one I'm wearing on my lips today, and I'm wearing the shade Amorosa. And this is more of like, again, a mauvey shade, which you know I absolutely love. And these are so long wearing, and the packaging is stunning. It is magnetized, and this one is in the shade Sammy. This is Amorosa and this is Sammy, and you can see how beautiful both these lipsticks are. Absolutely stunning and long wearing. If you like a more of like a healthy looking lips but more of a matte finish, you are absolutely gonna love it. I am more of a matte lipstick kind of a girl, and I love these products so very much. So I'm wearing this Amorosa shade on my lips. And on top of that, I'm wearing the next brand that I have to recommend to you guys is Makeup by Mario. On top of the Natasha Denona lipstick, I have this. I have fallen in love with this formula. And this is the Blush Glow shade from his lip plumping line. It's very creamy, very, very glossy. You can see the gloss see look that it gives. I just dabbed it on my lips. You cannot go like this because it's very, very creamy. A lot comes out, so you have to dab it. And that's all that you need for that shine to peek through. It's very, very emollient. It's stunning, but it's absolutely stunning. And the Blush Glow shade is like absolutely perfect for me. And the second formula from Makeup by Mario that I would recommend is his Ultra Suede lipsticks. And this one is in the shade Fanda. Again, a very, my pinky brown mauve shade. A cool tone shade, but this is more of like a matte formula, which I love. Again, a very long wearing lipstick formula from them. Clearly I have a taste, and I love my pinky browns. That's what it is. Okay, so those were the lipsticks that I would recommend. Now, without further ado, let's dive right into the eyeshadow palettes. Okay, let's talk about a few eyeshadow brands that I have to recommend to you guys. I have a mix of both high-end as well as indie, because I have to mention indie because they absolutely rule the eyeshadow department. If you want some fun and excitement in your eyeshadow palette, indie is the way to go. But let's start with like a high-end product. Natasha Denona My Dream palette. This palette has knocked my socks off. I've worn this so many times in my life. I cannot even like count. That's how many times. Mostly when I'm going to office, I'm wearing this palette. This is so like butch proof. It's very foolproof. And on the eyes, every look that I've created, it's absolutely stunning. This is the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes. Most of the eye look is using this palette. I basically started with the shade Unity, and then I used Carpe Diem in my crease, and then I went with the shade Instinct on my outer corners, and I deepened it out with this blackest black shade right in the outer corners. And then I took the shade Vision here right in the center of my lid. And there's another shade from the next palette that I'm going to talk. No, actually, I didn't finish. And then I use the shade Thrill in my inner corners. But the sparkly shade that you see is from the next palette that I'm going to talk about, and that is from Patrick Ta Rose Eyeshadow Palette. Again, another pinky brown color story, which I have loved, absolutely loved in this year. I've gone back to this palette for like special occasion, for everyday occasion. Whenever I use this palette on my eyes, it just looks beautiful and special and sparkly. I'm wearing this shade, this rosy cool tone shade here, and this one is in the shade Romance on like the inner part of the eyelid, and that's the sparkle and the shine that you see. It's so pretty, so pretty. Those are the brands that I would recommend from the high-end version. Now let's talk about indie brands. There is so much to mention, so much to mention. The first indie brand that I would mention to you guys is Adept Cosmetics. They absolutely rule the world. I love it. I absolutely love these for like shine and sparkle. Can you see the shift in the dimension that this Minka palette has? I have no words, absolutely no words. That's one of the palettes. The second palette is Heather Austin palette that I own from them. Look how fun the color story is. Like, I have dove into this palette over and over and over again. The shimmers is where Adept Cosmetics stands the best, and this palette is stunning. Absolutely stunning. You will not be disappointed with it at all. The next brand that I have to recommend is Glam Light. I have the Chocolate Martini as well as the Michaela palette. I love both of them so beautifully. I definitely have worn this more than the Michaela palette because it's a neutral color story and I'm more of a neutral girl. And I love these tones, Even though it looks like a neutral palette, but it is so special, so dimensional, so spectacular on the eyes. I cannot recommend this enough. You can see the excitement when I'm like talking because I'm talking fast, and that's only because I love this palette so very much, and when I love something, I just start talking fast. That's just the way it rolls. The next brand that I have to recommend is Melt Cosmetics, and I purchased two of these palettes. Both of these palettes are so stunning that I can slap somebody because they're so pretty. This is the Gemini palette. Although not like a green wearer, but this palette is so pretty. Now, Melt stands out in the matte formula according to me. All these mattes that you're seeing in front of me is like absolutely spectacular. I have worn each and every shade in this palette, and I have dipped into this side the most, and it's just Stunning, guys. Absolutely stunning. The second Gemini 2 palette. Again, my color story, rosy browns. I love this palette. Again, till here, I've used everything over and over and over again. Even this in combination with these like lighter peachy tones are very pretty. I've used this, but I generally dip into this like this portion of the palette a lot. But the formula of these mattes are so stunning. I cannot recommend this enough, guys. It's so very pretty. And the last brand that I have to recommend is Gourmand Girls. Their Spooked palette absolutely took my breath away. If you love colors and sparkle and shine and dimension, Gourmand Girls have such beautiful color story, and Spooked is definitely one of my favorite palettes that they have in their collection. I also love their Ethereal palette, but this definitely stands out among the rest. I love this palette. Like the sparkle, the shine, the dimension is stunning, like stunning. Tell me what is not to love about this? What is not to love about this? Oh my God, stop. And those were the brands that I wanted to recommend to you guys. Those were like my top brands for 2022. Now stay tuned. I'm going to rank all my eyeshadow palettes that I've tried in the year of 2022 in my next video. So stay tuned for that. I know you like my eyeshadow palette review videos. Just one more video away. Just one more. But I really hope that this like 2022 gave you a lot of joy in your life. I really hope and pray that 2023 would even give you like more prosperous and like happiness in your life. I wish this for each and everyone who's watching this, actually everyone in this world. But yes, that's all for today, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did like it, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.